Welcome to Big Card, and today we're going to be looking at my comic book collection. I'm going to go ahead and quickly go through. I'm not going to really stay on any particular comics. All right, let's just I got a lot of comics to go through. I'm just going to kind of just burn through these real fast. I don't have any crazy cards. Obviously, there's a change. Typically do cards, but I've had people ask about the comics, so this is the only one I have graded. All right, I've never sent it in to be graded. Oh my God, a comic to be graded. I bought this one back in the days. I was huge fan of the Ultimate Spider-Man series. It's really not popular like that any longer. Um, I know that you can see the last time I priced it out was 125. I crossed out the 300. I mean, again, this is my PC. I can do whatever I want with this. I can write on this. Look, no intention of selling this. I read these comics myself. Well, obviously not the one that I bought slabbed, but I have my own copy. Loved the old. I have every single one. I may be missing one or two. If I remember correctly, I think I missed an issue or two here or there. This was the first appearance of Venom. Again, I don't think that this run is worth much now. I know back in those days it was more popular. This is before Miles Morales. To me, this is like the older school. Miles Morales just didn't have its own comic. What's it called? With a cartoon or whatever. Miles Morales has his own whole thing. So anyway, I personally really enjoyed the Ultimate series, all of them, the X-Men and whatnot, particularly the Spider-Man. Really loved Ghost Rider growing up. This particular run, have obviously a few of them. The comics, there are a handful that I have dubs of, and that was because unlike the cards, I looked at comics more of a long-term investment also, and so I would buy a couple of the ones that I really enjoyed. Here we go. One of the best comic book series. I cannot believe that the that the Infinity Gauntlet has a movie. Like, this is stuff that it's hard to explain, but when you're a kid and you read this and you're like, holy crap, this thing is the coolest story ever. And then for somebody to tell me, oh yeah, they're going to make a movie out of this, I would have been like, you're bugging. No way. There is no way they're going to make a movie out of this. If they did, I would be extremely happy, but it's just not going to happen. And obviously, fast forward, my kids are watching this. Before the movies came out, I would always talk to them about, and I tell them bedtime stories, and I always am telling them about characters that they knew about Thanos before he was a thing, the movies. Carnage. I hear Carnage is coming out with the movie. I've been telling them about Carnage, and because these characters are in my bedtime stories. Silver Surfer went through a time in my life that he was absolutely the favorite. Really into outer space stuff, sci-fi. So he was just like the dude for me. I copped a bunch of X-Force, trying to get the cards and whatnot. I don't think I have all 5. I have the Deadpool. I think I have like 2 or 3 Deadpools. I have the Cable. You can see I kept the baggies and stuff. You can see that, again, I have a few dupes. Look, obvious. Oh man, I remember I had so many of these, of the different kinds of covers. I must have had 25, 30 different one of the covers. None of them ever, how do I say, blew up, like, in the sense, it's a dope ass cover. It's iconic, But there's just so many of them. I don't think that thing is worth anything. But it's a cool cover. Issue 2 of the Ultimate Spider-Man. Here we go. I think we're going to look at that. I don't even have them in a particular order. Again, I haven't gone through these in forever. I need to probably do that, put them in an order of some sort. I thought I did, but Death of Spider-Man. I do have the original somewhere in here and in the baggie and one out of the baggie, but here you go. You've got it all in a book. I remember, man, I remember when that happened. I still remember going to the comic shop didn't have it. I had to go to a bodega, like a small grocery store that they sold magazines and whatnot, and they had a small little rack of comics. And I remember I had to go to Jamaica, Queens Village, all the way down there from Hollis, because my homeboy told me that they had one there, and he copped his there, and they only had a few left. And I went out there with the quickness, and I was able to get mine. So yeah, that is definitely a nice little story. All right, let's see. These are, again, I really enjoyed the Ultimate series. You had the Fantastic Four. Look at that. That is a cool. I know it's not worth anything. I know that. I know there's like one version of I forget which one it is, and it's worth a bunch of money. But I know these are not. All right, so it's all good. Look, first appearance of Carnage, I do believe, right? From the Ultimate issue 50. All right, so that's the smallest box I have here. I wasn't even sure what was in there. All right, let's quickly move on to the next one. All right, check this out. Now we're going to go to the big boxes. All right. Oh, man, and it was dumb heavy. It was dumb heavy picking this thing up. I was like, oh, my God, I don't want to ever go through these ever again. Oh, my God. All right. Okay, so where were we? This is, if you notice, this is a reprint of Human Torch, right? Marvel Comics. And I think it's cool. I mean, if I could one day ever get the original, that would be super dope. But, all right, check this out. This is signed by Lou Ferrigno. I went with my dad. I met Lou Ferrigno. He was not a nice guy to me. I don't know if you guys have met him, but man, that guy was, how do I say? I felt that he just wanted me to give him money. He didn't really care about anything. He was just there to get paid. Give him money, he'll sign whatever. I was in line, right, to go have it. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, but man, I gotta say this. And the thing is, this is not planned at all. I'm looking at the comic and I have a memory. Okay, so this was signed, Lou Ferrigno. I'm in line. I'm with my dad, and I'm like, Dad. And it was a really long line, but we were getting close to where he was, towards the end of the line. So I'm like, Dad, stand right there. I want to take a picture of you and then and show Lou Ferrigno kind of in the background. We were, not like right in front of him type thing, but still, I thought it was cool. So I did that, and it just so happens Lou Ferrigno looks up and sees that I do that. I didn't think anything of it. But Lou Ferrigno, he was charging people, I forgot, whatever it was, for pictures, right? I didn't want a picture with him. Nothing against him. I thought it would be cool to have him sign this Incredible Hulk. So, this is a reprint, by the way. So, I do that, and I go up to him, and he had a price for, oh yeah, that's what it was. He would sign stuff that he had in front of him, like pictures of himself or whatever, right? But if you brought something and he signed something that you brought over to him, he would tell you the price, depending on what it was. So I show him that, and he price gouged me up the you-know-what. And I was like, dude, he charged me like 3 times what he was charging for signing a picture of that he had already brought with him. And I was like, dude, for real? And I know it was because he probably he saw me take a picture of my dad with him in the background, right? So I think he was like, you know what? I'm gonna charge you for the picture. I'm gonna charge you for the upcharge for the comic, and I'm gonna charge you because he didn't like that I did that. Whatever, man. He raped me. But what I'm gonna do, I told Stan. Oh, this is signed by Stan Lee, by the way. I already had told Stan Lee. I'm sorry. I didn't tell him anything. I asked him, Mr. Stan Lee, can you please sign here? Because I'm going to go over to Lou Ferrigno and have him sign here. Very respectful to the great man, Stan Lee. Stan Lee said, absolutely. And that man right there, Stan Lee, Lou Ferrigno does not, man, he's not even in the same game. Not the same ballpark, same game as Stan Lee as far as personality, as far as a good human being. I'm sorry, I'm getting all hype about it, but he was just not a nice person. Stan Lee was exceptional, and he signed right there, no problem. Lou Ferrigno, he raped me. Oh man, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, Iron Fist 14, I do believe. Look, I haven't gone through these comics, and my memory about comics is a little hazy. I want to say this is first Sabretooth. Introducing Sabretooth. I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it is. I love Wolverine. That was a dope ass comic. Here we go. This is an original right here. Obviously, that other one was an original. Here we go. We got an original. Hulk 181. I need to get this graded. I know I've had this for eons. I need to get it graded, get it in a slab, so that way, this book can, just be better protected. But you can see, I mean, it isn't in the greatest condition, but damn, I mean, come on, man. It's Hulk 181, man. If you do not recognize that cover, you got to just do a little bit of homework, bro. Just do a little bit of homework and recognize that is an iconic comic right there. Hulk 181, first appearance of Wendigo. Nah, just playing. You've got Wolverine. Yeah, Wendigo too, but still. This one is a reprint. Stan Lee signed it for me. I wanted Stan Lee to sign my reprints. I should have gotten them, because right there I could have gotten them slabbed and all that and authenticated, but I figured what the heck for? Looking back, I should have, but that's cool. I mean, it is what it is. I don't, the thing is, I felt that if it was an original and Stan Lee signed it and I got it authenticated, then okay, we're cool. But since I didn't want to get it authenticated, I was like, you know what? I'll just get the reprint signed. I don't know. Whatever. You can flame me in the comments, but it is what it is. That's just what I did. All right, let's keep it moving here. Incredible Hulk. I don't think any of these are going to be bangers at all. At all. Okay, we've got 323. Little Vision action. Oh, 324. Very nice comic here. Very nice. All right. Man, look, they're stuck together, man. It's been so long. Goodness gracious. These comics have not seen light in forever. All right, let's keep it going. Let's see what we have here in this next stack of comics here. All right, a lot of Incredible Hulk. Obviously, I liked him too. Let's see. Man, X versus X Factor. Look at that, man. All right. Okay, so, man, these things are stuck. Now, these comics my dad got. All these Incredible Hulks, obviously, they were cool. I loved them. But my pops got these. I love that cover. It's an iconic comic here. Incredible Hulk 345. Incredible Hulk 346. Here we go. 349. All right. How am I going to do this? All right. Because I need a placeholder for the comics. You know what? There's too many comics. These are a bunch of Incredible Hulk issues. I don't think anybody's gonna really. I mean, they're like non-special. I'm looking through. I'm just gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna skip through a chunk of comics here. Oh, here we go. We got one right here that I'll show. That right there is a reprint, but it's an old reprint of the of 181, right? So I've got that comic. I've got World War Hulk. I thought that was a cool miniseries. I have all 5. I'm looking at that now. Remember, do they have Wizard anymore? Remember Wizard? You would go and I had Wizard #1, dude. I still remember getting the first Wizard. It had Spider-Man in the front cover. Anyway, so let's see. Okay, this is another reprint. This is, I mean, you guys are not really going to care about reprints, but let's show, I already showed this, but you can see kind of like what I'm seeing here. I'm going through, I just want to show some bangers. I know I have some bangers in here. It's just not too crazy. It's just a bunch of Ghost Rider. I loved Ghost Rider. I have a bunch of his comics. Here's Infinity Gauntlet 1. The Infinity Gauntlet. I love that series. I think I showed you guys already, right? Didn't I go already? These are duplicates then. So Infinity Gauntlet, the series, dope original comics for sure. This is Ultimate X-Men 1. Again, I already mentioned how much I love the Ultimate X-Men series. I have a bunch of these, not as much as Spider-Man. I have a bunch of these, and here we go. We got a banger. We got a banger for sure coming up right now. Here it is. Take a look at that bad boy. Tell me what you think. What you think? Is that worth being put on? It's a reprint. It's a reprint. Don't get it twisted. But it's got Stan Lee. Anything with Stan Lee's autograph, to me, is special. Not only because of who he is, what a wonderful person he is, but damn, the long lines associated to getting those signatures. All right, I mean, that right there is worth tons of money just for that, man. It is a mission. I don't, if anybody's been blessed to go and see Mr. Stanley, you know what I'm talking about. Them lines are just ridiculous. All right, here we go. That is another banger to me. It's a reprint of the original, but it is worth, it's not worth anything really, I don't think. But it's old. Here we go. We got a nice comic coming up right here. There we go. We got a banger right here. To me, that's a banger. Again, don't mind the condition. They're not mint. They're not mint. I've had these comics for a long time. I should have gotten them graded. Absolutely. I agree. I should have, but I didn't. It's just not really my thing. I was, young, and I've been out of the comic book game for a minute, but this is X-Men issue 12. That is Juggernaut right there. You can see there's some writing there on the X. I don't know what's to do with that. It looks like hieroglyphics or something. Obviously, it's not in the greatest condition, but nonetheless, it's Juggernaut. First appearance,